ITV's Good Morning Britain host Piers Morgan revealed Tony Blair, when Prime Minister, had attempted to convince him as editor of the Daily Mirror in the early 2000s to back Britain joining the Euro. The ITV host said, "I remember when I was editor of the Mirror and you and your team were very determined that the Mirror get behind entering the Euro, and I was assured by all of you that if we didn't it would be a complete disaster financially for this country. Many would say you were wrong about the Euro and Iraq. How do you know you're not wrong about this?" Piers Morgan: "And I am hearing exactly the same rhetoric now about crashing out with no deal or and it will be a disaster, which I say, well okay, but everyone was wrong about the Euro. It turned out to be the best thing we never did. Could it be that all the brains saying this will be a disaster, and that actually if we did crash out and we had to come together and make it work, we could maybe sitting here in 5 years' time, a bit like with the Euro decision, and it may have worked, and that Brexit might actually have been a good thing for this country?" Piers asked the former Prime Minister to say with certainty following the Euro blunder that he may be wrong about Brexit. In response, Mr. Blair said, "The thing with the Euro is the political reasons for joining were very clear and the economic reasons weren't. That's why in the end we never put it before the people." Brexit news: Tony Blair blasted for being wrong about Euro. Image ITV Good Morning Britain. The ITV host hit back and said Mr. Blair was wrong in his assessment of the Euro. Mr. Blair blasted, "No, I always said about the Euro that there were political reasons for joining. But economically we had to be aligned with Europe and we weren't." Continuing to grill the former Prime Minister, Piers blasted, "Many would say, Tony Blair, you were wrong about the Euro, you were wrong about Iraq. How do you know you are not wrong about this? How do you know with certainty that Brexit may not work?" The former Labour leader admitted that no one can know with certainty what the outcome of Brexit would be, adding, "The question is that you have got to look at the probabilities and the evidence before you, because no deal is different from a hard Brexit. Hard Brexit is a deal, but it's just a hard Brexit deal. No deal, you immediately go out of your trading arrangements cover 60% of your trade. So I think you have got to say there is going to be a problem. How big the problem is another matter." Mr. Blair claimed he has never said Britain cannot leave the EU and sort itself out eventually. He added, "This is my criticism of the hard Brexiteers, is you have got to be frank with people that if you come out of the trading arrangements you have been in for 4.5 decades, you are bound to cause economic pain. How much and over what period of time is a different matter." The comments come as Prime Minister Theresa May attempts to put her deal back to Parliament for its third meaningful vote. But the Commons Speaker John Bercow claimed parliamentary precedent stretching back to 1604 prevented governments from repeatedly putting the same measure before MPs. The announcement, which came just 11 days before the scheduled exit date of March 29, was seen as another shattering blow to the Prime Minister's desperate drive to win the backing of MPs for her deal. Solicitor General Robert Buckland said the ruling would have huge reverberations for the Brexit process.